Hello my primary 5 dear students, hope you are all fine. Today we are going to go through a lesson containing some funny and interesting information to your minds concerning your body biology. Today we are going to study together Unit 2, Circulatory and Urinary System, Lesson 1, the Circulatory System. After spending a long day without getting any food or energy source, your mom tells you to take a piece of chocolate to get a fast energy or something sugary. So imagine with me, you eat the piece of chocolate, the chocolate enters your digestive system, then absorbs totally to your blood. On the other side, the oxygen will be inhaled through your nose, enters your lungs, then the blood will collect the oxygen from your lungs through the alveoli. So the blood here acts as an office boy or as a transportation system. It collects the oxygen from the alveoli and the digested food from the small intestine, then carries them, then delivers them to your cells to get the energy. After that, it will collect the carbon dioxide and the waste from your cells and expels them out of your body. So here the blood or the circulatory system is a transportation system that collects the oxygen and the digested food from the respiratory system and the digestive system, delivers them to your cells, then collects the waste and the carbon dioxide and expels them out of your body. So, the circulatory system, it is the system that transports or carries the digested food, oxygen, and water to your body cells and carries the waste from the body cells out of the body. The same as your transportation system in school, the buses carry the students from their home to the schools and return them back to the home again. So, this is a transportation system. One more time, the circulatory system is the system that transports the digested food, oxygen, and water to your body cells and carries the waste from the body cells out of your body. So the circulatory system consists of heart, blood, and blood vessels. Heart, blood, and blood vessels. Well, on Mother's Day, you tell your mom that you love her from the deep of your heart. So remind yourself, when you love your mom from the deep of your heart, so you are going to tell her that the keywords بحب, B-H-B. B for blood, H for heart, B for blood vessels. So the circulatory system components keyword is بحب. B for blood, H for heart, B for blood vessels. So all of us, my dears, agreed that the circulatory system consists of heart, blood, and blood vessels. But at first, let me introduce someone to you who wants to talk about himself a little bit. So take care of me, please. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Hart. So, as Mr. Hart told us, it's a muscular hollow organ that pumping the blood to all body parts or pushing the blood to all body cells. Give reason why the heart is a muscular or why it's made of muscles to pump or push the blood to all body parts. The size of your heart is about the size of your hand fist. It's located in the chest cavity between the two lungs. So one more time, the heart is a muscular organ made of muscles to pump or push the blood to all body parts or body cells. Its size in the size of your hand fist. It's located in the chest cavity between the two lungs. Like here in the picture, do you know the pumping or just the chest pump sign? So remind yourself The heart in the size of your hand fist. It's located in the chest cavity between the two lungs, reminded with the bumping sign. As you see in this picture, if you cut a human heart or a mammal heart, it consists of 4 chambers. The upper 2 chambers are called atria. One chamber of them is called atrium, the right atrium and the left atrium. Right atrium, left atrium. These are the upper 2 chambers. The lower 2 chambers are called ventricles. We have right ventricle and left ventricle. So the heart consists of 4 chambers or 4 rooms or 4 cavities. The upper 2 cavities or chambers are called atria, the right atrium and left atrium. The lower 2 chambers are called ventricles. We have the right ventricle and the left ventricle. So the heart is formed of 4 chambers. The upper chamber is called atrium and the plural is atria, and the lower chamber is called ventricle and the plural is ventricles. The heart is divided into 2 sides too. They are separated by a wall or septum. We have the right side that consists of right atrium and right ventricle. The left side consists of left atrium and left ventricle. This is a section in human or mammalian heart. This heart is pumping the blood to all body parts. The heart consists of 4 chambers: right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, and left ventricle. The heart at the same time is divided into 2 sides, the right side and the left side, and these sides are separated by wall or septum. Between the atrium and the ventricle, there is a gate that closes and opens. These gates are called valves. Between each atrium and each ventricle, there is a valve separating the atrium from the ventricle. So the heart in this section consists of 2 atria, 2 ventricles, 1 septum, and 2 valves. Give reason. There is a valve between the atrium and the ventricle of each side to pass the blood from the atrium to the ventricle in one direction and prevent its returning back. To pass the blood from the atrium to the ventricle in one direction and prevent its returning back. Blood flows in one direction inside the heart due to the presence of the valve between the atrium and the ventricle. Give reason. There is a wall or septum between the 2 heart sides to avoid mixing blood between the 2 sides, because during the circulation, in one side there will be blood containing oxygen and on the other side blood containing carbon dioxide. So we don't want the blood from or inside these 2 sides mixed. The 2 sides of the heart are separated due to the presence of the wall or septum between them.
You can feel your heart thudding away every time you put your hand to your chest. But do you have any idea what's really going on in there, or what keeps your heart ticking as it should? Every day, your heart beats about 100,000 times, sending 2,000 gallons of blood surging through your body. Although it's no bigger than your fist, your heart has the mighty job of keeping the blood flowing through 60,000 miles of blood vessels that feed your organs and tissues. Food, water and oxygen are essential for the existence of human life. Blood transports all these substances through various channels called blood vessels. Blood vessels involves arteries, veins, capillaries. To keep the blood flowing throughout our body, we have a pumping system, and the heart is the pump, which is composed of muscle that pumps blood throughout the body, beating approximately 72 times per minute of our lives. The human heart has 4 chambers: the right atrium, the left atrium, the right ventricle, and the left ventricle. There are 4 valves in the heart. These valves are tricuspid valve, mitral valve, aortic valve, pulmonic valve. These valves are one-way valves. Now, you have seen the structure of the heart. Let us find out how it works. The blood becomes oxygen-rich by absorbing oxygen in the lungs. The function of the heart starts when oxygenated blood is carried from the lungs to the left atrium of the heart by means of the pulmonary veins. The left atrium relaxes. This blood is pumped into the heart. When the left atrium contracts, the left ventricle relaxes simultaneously. The left atrium pushes the blood into the left ventricle through the one-way valve. When the left ventricle contracts, the blood is pumped into the aorta, which carries oxygenated blood to the different parts of the body, except the lungs. Oxygenated blood reaches the different parts of the body through the blood vessels called the arteries. The arteries gets branched into capillaries, which then reaches to the different organs of the body. The blood then becomes deoxygenated, and the blood capillaries gets mixed and form thicker blood vessels called the veins. The veins carry deoxygenated blood to the heart. The blood vessels that carry deoxygenated blood to heart are known as the vena cava. The deoxygenated blood from different parts of body enters the upper right chamber of the heart, which is called the right atrium. The right atrium gets contracted, allowing the blood to flow into the right ventricle, which contracts with the expansion of the right atrium through the one-way valve. The right ventricle then contracts, pushing the blood into the pulmonary artery. The pulmonary artery carries the deoxygenated blood to the lungs for oxygenation. The lungs oxygenate the blood by exchanging of gases and flows back into the heart through the pulmonary vein. And starts the circulatory cycle all over again.